Hello, I'm Ray Luna. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. For today's reading, we're looking into why will you be famous? So if you were to become well known for some qualities or skills you have, what might those be? So for group number 1, we have King and Amethyst. For group number 2, we have Vampire and Black Tourmaline. For group number 3, we have Networker and Lepidolite. For group number 4, we have Mediator and Flourite. So take your time and pause the video if you need more time deciding what card and crystal is calling out to you the most. And when you have chosen, head to the description and click on the correlating timestamp to receive your reading. And if you like this reading, consider leaving a comment, liking the video, and turning on the notification bell, subscribing, so you don't miss other readings like this. And as always, thank you for watching. Hello group number 1, welcome to your reading. With your cards here, we have King, Light Attributes, Enlightened Benevolent Leadership, benefiting those in your charge, Shadow Attributes, Excessive Feelings of Entitlement, Rulership without Restraint, God, Light Attributes, Benevolence and Compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others, Shadow Attributes, Despotism and Cruelty, using power to control people. So what I see here with these cards with King is I feel like you guys will be famous for kind of being like a manager or your leadership qualities. So someone I instantly thought of with these cards is Kris Jenner. So if you know the Kardashians, Kris Jenner's like the mom in the family and she helps manage all the siblings. And regardless of your opinion on the Kardashians or Kris Jenner, I feel like you guys would be like a Kris Jenner type of person. Like you're managing everyone, you have all these connections, people seem to like you and find you relatable, even though you might not be relatable because like the Kardashians are really rich. They're really famous, right? But people still find them relatable for some reason. I feel like that's you guys. So like, even if you become rich, famous, you're glamorous, people are still going to relate to you, find you funny, and want to follow you. Like you guys are going to be famous for being famous too. Like you don't even have to do anything. You just have this personality that should be famous. Or you just are kind of like the center of attention, like how the Kardashians are, even though, you know, some people don't get that or they do get that. That doesn't matter, but you're kind of like them in that sense. But you definitely have a skill of managing and helping others get opportunities and coming across as like this glamorous person who's also relatable and can be silly and fun at the same time. But I will say here, because both of these cards are like King, God, they're very high level entities or high level archetypes. So it's like you guys might have an ego sometimes. So like maybe you'll be famous for like the funny things you say, or like people will quote you online because like you just say things that are like, what? Like people use your sayings as like, you know, they'll message you on social media sites, or like, you know how people, well, not anymore, but they used to tweet certain videos or saying celebrities say, like, I can see what you guys say as being something that's just very funny and noteworthy. And also, I want to say I feel like you guys would be kind of like influencers too. Maybe that's why I'm picking up on the Kardashians or things like Twitter, social media, people laughing at what you say because you have like an audience. And maybe your management skills could bring you that and make you famous on social media. So I'm going to put down my next set of cards for you guys and see what else comes through. Okay, with these cards here, we have the Hanged Man, Four of Wands, the Star, Five of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. So what else I see here too is with the Four of Wands and the Star, you guys kind of give off this energy of having everything or having a lot, or you give off a vibe of like being rich. Even if you're not, you just have that energy around you. And that's why I'm picking up kind of like the Kardashians, like people who are just rich and famous for being rich and famous. Like that's what I'm picking up from you guys. And with the Star, I feel like you're someone who naturally gets attention. So like if you were to walk out in public, even if you're dressed up or you're dressed down, maybe many people look at you, or like you attract a lot of people talking to you in public. Like someone's like, hey, and they just start talking to you, telling you their life story and a bunch of different things. Or like you just have these little interactions with people often. Like it's kind of like in a video game, you have like side quest or side stories. You get that all the time when you're just trying to do your own thing, your own main story, right? That's what I'm picking up from you guys. But I also see here too, with the Hanged Man and the Three of Swords, I feel like you guys could be someone, like, I don't think you're purposely trying to be controversial, but you might say stuff and it comes across as controversial. So I feel like you could be famous for trying to say something different, trying to do something different. Maybe many people don't agree with you, or they think what you're doing's taboo. It doesn't necessarily mean it is, but people will feel that way or think that way when they see you. But you're someone who's attracting a lot of attention no matter what. So you're going to have more eyes on you, which means more opinions on what you're doing, regardless if it's actually wrong, right, or just something neutral. So with the Hanged Man and the Three of Swords as well, I feel like you guys could say things that upset people, or like people are interested in the drama that's going on in your life. But I also see this too as like you could change people's beliefs, like you can influence people and radically shift their ideas. Because with the Hanged Man, I'm thinking you guys are changing people's minds. You're changing their perspective with whatever it is you're doing. And with the Star, I'm thinking something like, social media, your own thoughts, your own opinions, having your own platform. You could do something like speaking, but I feel like you're going to be famous because like you're naturally just going to always be saying stuff that grabs people's attention. Or I even kind of think of too like it's funny because I thought of the Kardashians, but I'm also thinking about like Kanye West. See, he's someone who's really controversial with the stuff he says and does. And I'm not saying that you're going to be like him exactly, but that kind of energy where he just says stuff and you see clips of it online and people are like, what? But regardless of your opinion on him as well, I feel like you're going to be someone like that. Like you get a lot of attention and people think you're talented, but it's like you're changing a lot of opinions or making people feel polarized in some way, which is kind of a weird message, but that is what I'm picking up. But I do think you would be famous. Like if you were to get a lot of fame, you're going to have something where like your lifestyle is showcased in some way, because we have the Four of Wands and the King of Pentacles. These two cards make me think of someone who has a big house, nice cars, or some type of material stability. So maybe the stuff you wear, you have people following you wanting to ask what it is, or people want to see you do a house tour, something like that. Like you have this essence of like you have a lifestyle where people want to learn from you. They want to copy that because of, again, it follows your own opinion, your own expression. You're doing something people are going to find controversial, but other people are really going to like and want to follow you and be a part of your like fandom. Or this makes me think of just being someone really influential. And once you hit a certain level of fame for just saying what you want, doing what you want, managing things in your life, it's like you're able to make people want to follow you, like copy you, look up to you. That's what I'm picking up. So I'm going to put down my last set of cards and see what else wants to come through. Okay, with these cards, we have the Universe, Positive Movement Forward, Throat Chakra, and Spiritual Union. So another reason why I could see you guys being famous is I feel like you could enjoy connecting with many different people with the Universe. This is the World card in the traditional tarot deck. So I can see you as being like a worldly person, someone who could like traveling, meeting different people, going to place. A lot of famous people have to travel to do the work that they're doing. So I see you guys doing that because of this card. But I also see too, like it makes me think of the World Wide Web. And I'm thinking of people who are like social media influencers, people who are showing off a certain lifestyle. You know how people show where they're going on Instagram, or they have certain fashion, certain makeup. And then with Positive Movement Forward, we see that boat. So that makes me think of like you traveling as a lifestyle or showcasing what you are doing in your life. And with Throat Chakra, I'm thinking too, like, again, social media influencers, or I thought of someone like Kanye West, someone who's always saying things that gets people, you know, saying stuff on social media because it's very controversial. Or it can be like, you know, people find what they say is funny, or, you know, like I said, controversial. You're doing something like that, not necessarily 100% in the same way, but I feel like people want to talk about you because of what you are doing. But also, you could be someone who's known for your throat chakra, so someone who's saying different things, someone who's singing or rapping, doing something like that as well. Because those are the people I'm picking up the most on. Someone who persuades people to make deals. That's where that managing and leadership skill comes in. And with Spiritual Union, this makes me think of contracts, bringing people together, getting what you want with your words, or it makes me think of too, like you being controversial maybe in some way because of what you think, or you're different somehow. But I also think here with the Spiritual Union card, it's like people either love you or they hate you. So if you had followers, like the people who are your fans, they're really going to be your fans. And the people who aren't, they're really not going to support you. That's an interesting message, but that's what I'm picking up here for your reading, group number 1. I hope you guys liked this reading. I thought it was fun, something different. If you did like it, consider liking the video and subscribing. If you haven't yet, turning on the notification bell so you don't miss more readings like this. Feel free to give me suggestions for readings you want to see. And I hope to see you guys in the next reading, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your reading. With your cards here, we have Vampire, Light Attribute, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Shadow Attributes, depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining and codependency. Prostitute, Light Attribute, accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. Shadow Attribute places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. So what I'm seeing here for why you will be famous is I feel like you would help people disconnect from draining energies. So for some of you guys, I feel like you would be famous for being a healer. So this could be a healer in a literal sense, as in like you're a doctor who helps cure diseases. Or this could be something in a metaphysical sense where you could do Reiki healing, being a tarot reader, a psychic, or maybe someone who does, I'm also picking up someone who does like alternative medicine, like acupuncture, stuff like this, massage. But I do see you guys as maybe helping to heal other people's energies. Or maybe you do something else and it's still healing for people. But with Vampire and Prostitute, these cards make me think of maybe someone's in more of a survival mode and they can't break out of it or they need help. So I feel like you guys would help people break out of their survival mode and promote them to a better lifestyle, or a lifestyle where their energy won't be as low or people aren't taking from them as much. Because I feel like this energy here is very drained, very tired, or maybe taking one day at a time. So I feel like you would help people improve their life so they don't have to be in a survival mode. They could fully live to the fullest extent and reach their highest potential that is possible. I could see you guys also maybe doing something where you would be famous for helping people train them into another job, being a teacher, an influential speaker, a life coach. Stuff like this is what I'm picking up here. But I do see here that you are someone who would be respected, like you'd be known for being someone that people can look up to, being someone who could lead by example. Maybe your own life, you came from a place where you had codependent energy, or you were in a survival mode and you had to do whatever you could to get money. So maybe you're teaching people from example how you broke out of that. And people who have that energy are attracted to you because they can see how you transformed your life. They can see how you got to the better place. So I'm going to put down some more cards and get some more messages. Okay, with your cards here, we have Strength, the Hierophant, Four of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. So you guys definitely help people break negative cycles in their life and walk away from things that are no longer serving them. And this is a skill you have that's so great. You could be famous for this. So I'm thinking about someone who could help people by teaching them life skills. Like maybe you teach people coping skills from a psychological perspective. Maybe you help people overcome an abusive childhood or addictions, things that took them down a path they never really wanted to go down. You're able to transform their life here with the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Four of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune here, it's like someone is kind of dissatisfied with their life, not sure what they want to do, and here you are offering this cup that's going to give them an opportunity or a way to change their life that leads to the Wheel of Fortune, leaving behind things that aren't working for them, and then moving to something where they can plan and set out for a new life. So you guys are definitely people who are able to transform. You're like a transformer, a healer, and that is what you could be famous for. It's interesting though, because I can't pick up 100% more specifically exactly what you would do other than the things I said, because you really could do this with a number of things. So for instance, you could heal people with your art. Like if you are a painter, you could paint a picture that inspires tons of people. Maybe you inspire them to become a painter themselves and they start painting and they get attention on social media, or they get hired by a company to do graphic design or something like this, right? You could influence people in a number of ways to change their life. You don't have to even be, like I said, like a doctor, a psychologist. You could just be someone, whatever medium you're working with, and inspires people to transform their life and it's healing to them. You allow people to connect with you in a way that even if they don't know you, they feel like you're their friend. They feel like you are their supporter. I feel like you give people hope and the strength to continue on in face of adversity. So I'm going to put down my next set of cards for you guys and see what other messages want to come through. Okay, with these cards here, we have hope, victory and success, rejoice in celebration, and spiritual strength. So what I'm seeing with these cards is, yeah, like with hope, I just said that you give people hope, you give people strength, and you have the strength card as well. I feel like whatever you guys are doing that will make you famous is like, you're just giving people something to look forward to. So let's say you're a content creator, maybe the video you make or the song you make or the book you write, that makes people have something they can look forward to every day. You do something that excites people and gives them a connection when they might not have strong connections. And with those first two cards, it's weird because for group number 1, I sensed it was more so them. But with you guys, group number 2, the cards that appeared for you was like other people. So you guys will be famous for how you help other people. And I don't want you to think that's just saying like, oh, you're just famous for only other people. It's more so like what you provide. It's not like a traditional famous person, because I was also thinking too for group number 1, I was thinking of really famous people off the top of my head. For you guys, it could be like a local fame or fame in your community or even a spiritual community, because there's a lot of messages here of a spiritual community or relying on spirituality to transform lives and removing addictions, walking away from things that don't work. You guys would have success when you're giving hope to others. So if you want to be someone who inspires other people, but you're not quite where you're at, I also want to say this could be a good time to start, even if you're not in that high level position yet, group number 2. I feel like if you start where you're at, people will see you authentically, and that will help you find people you're going to connect with. Let's say you wanted to make a video encouraging people to not give up, like you want to make motivational content, or you want to do something that gives people hope. You don't have to be in the exact position of everything in your life working to do that. If anything, you're probably more hopeful or more inspiring when you show people that, hey, I still have issues, but I'm able to keep moving. I'm able to keep doing it. Day in, day out, you're on the grind trying to get things done. I think that's really admirable. And I think you guys have this quality where you're coming across as authentic like that and people really connect with it. Or if you were to put yourself out there, you'd be really famous for how you think about spirituality and how you're inspiring people to live through survival and overcome challenges, maybe because you have overcome challenges or you're still going through them, but you're making progress. So that was your reading group number 2 for why you will be famous. I hope you guys liked it. I thought this was a really fun reading, and your reading was really enlightened. So I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. If you did like it, consider liking the video and subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any more readings like this. And I hope you guys have a nice day, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. With your cards here, we have Networker, Light Attributes, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. Shadow Attributes, conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Avenger, Light Attributes, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow Attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So what I see here for why you will be famous, or why you could be famous, is I feel like you guys could be doing something that exposes other people. So what I see is like, maybe you investigate things like crimes and you expose them, or maybe you do something that involves talking about like conspiracy theories, investigations. I'm picking up something like mysterious that you're revealing, or you're revealing secrets, and that's why you gain fame or attention. I also see here as well with Networker and Avenger, I could see this as like someone who's really famous for branding. So maybe you are a marketer and you make amazing campaigns that highlight a product, a service, and your business gains attention because of that. Or I could also see here as well, someone who is fighting for social equality, someone who wants things to be better for everyone, like a human rights activist. I'm seeing something like these things here. But I do feel weird because like there is really a sense here like of something's hidden and you're revealing it. So maybe, not to alarm you guys, like maybe something happens in your life and it affects many people, not just you with networker here, and you're the first one that exposes it and it starts making change and it leads to justice. Because I'm picking up a sense of exposing crimes, revealing hidden things, secret societies even, or like secret rules or things other people don't know about. I feel like you're illuminating things and revealing things to other people to make them understand why it should be fixed, or why are you revealing this? Why are you saying this information? Because you're trying to bring positive changes, justice to whatever it is in your life and other people's lives that you feel should be revealed, that's usually hidden or not talked about. I also could see this too as like doing something on social media that reveals secrets. So, you know, sometimes people make videos on conspiracy theories and, you know, debunking them or whether they're true or not, something like that. But I also see here too, like, there are YouTubers who make videos exposing scams. Like maybe there's a scam business that's trying to rip people off and take their money. Maybe you're someone who likes to expose scams. Or there are also YouTubers who do true crime content and they talk about cases and try to find information to share with their audience to help either make the case have more attention or to make people aware of the victim stories that they are talking about. And some people also raise money and give them to charities or to help the families out, or give it to organizations that help people out who are dealing with those type of things. So maybe you are also interested in something like that, and these things could make you famous because you're helping bring justice or attention to things that need to be solved. So I'm going to put down my next set of cards for you guys and get more insight. Okay, with these cards here, we have the Three of Cups, Nine of Wands, the Devil, Queen of Pentacles, Death, and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so what I see here with these cards is I feel like you guys are going to be revealing secrets, definitely, because the Devil here makes me think of something being hidden, something secret. And I keep feeling this energy in your reading over and over again, revealing secrets. But it feels like secrets about like an organization or like a group of people. It's very strange. Like I think of, let's say, if someone was in a cult and they're not allowed to speak about it. This is something I'm picking up for you guys, like you're speaking out about something like that, or you're researching something like that and you're helping put this information out to stop things that have this toxic energy like how the Devil has. But I feel like you guys will have some type of insider knowledge on something like this, and it will gain a lot of attention because, you know, it'll be really scandalous and you're revealing that when people haven't heard of that before, or it's adding to numerous scandals that there are with it already, which is really interesting. And what I think here too, with the Queen of Pentacles and Death, that kind of makes me think of like, oh, an end of an empire. Like you're revealing something about people who maybe were living the good life for quite some time with the Three of Cups, or people who are getting away with something, and once it's revealed, it's a complete end to that situation. And it's like your work with investigating that, compiling information and exposing it will get you a lot of attention. This makes me think of something too, like writing a book about, you know, how something really is, like when people write biographies or I think there is some celebrity, I can't think of her name, but she has written a book or has talked about why she doesn't like Scientology because she was a part of it. But, you know, that's just this person's story exposing what they experienced during their time with that religion. I hope you guys get the point of what I'm saying, but I'm picking up something like that. Like, you're going to write a book or make a YouTube channel or expose people with TikToks, something here where you're revealing things. So I'm going to put down my last set of cards for you guys and see what else wants to come through. Okay, with these cards here, we have disruption, base chakra, movement, choices, decisions, and temptation. So interesting with your cards here with temptation, this card is represented by the devil, and with disruption, this card is represented by the tower in traditional tarot. So it's like the tower and the devil. You're breaking away people's misconceptions or revealing things that upset people and change their life. So I feel like whatever you're doing, I don't think this is a bad thing that could make you famous, but this is something that it's like you could upset people within these organizations or these groups or people who are, you know, doing these scams or, you know, the people who are committing crimes, whatever this is. I'm picking up a bunch of different things here. As you're revealing this, you could be upsetting people who are within these organizations. And you have to be, you know, mindful of how these people might react. And with temptation, the devil appearing twice, this makes me think of something that's very extensive, or it spreads to many people's lives. Many people are affected. And with base chakra, it's like you're uprooting something and completely ripping out the foundations of what people have thought about it. But of course, like I said, like, as this could be a good thing, when you're revealing crimes, you're revealing negative secrets, or giving people information they should have, it still upsets people and makes it so it's like they might not be ready for the information, or the people who don't want it out could, you know, bother you because they don't want this information spreading, or they could be trying to disrupt your life. I know some of this is like heavy messages here, but this is just what I'm picking up. So I feel like you guys would have to make careful choices, or you have to be careful with what information you're sharing, even though you're trying to expose something, or you have to do it in a way that's strategic to protect yourself more. Because with why you'd be famous, I feel like, again, like, it's kind of like this energy that's controversial. So it could be something that ends up like on the front page of the news, people are talking about this. So just be aware of, like, whatever you're doing, like, the information you have so powerful and can disrupt many people's lives. And even if you want this disruption to be good, for some people, they might not be ready for it. And you will have to accept that not everyone's ready to hear the truth. A lot of people say they want the truth, but when they're told the truth, they don't like it all the time, because what it reveals could completely change their life in a way they never expected. So that was your reading, group number 3. I hope it didn't get too serious. I wanted this reading to be fun, like, why will you be famous? But I'm picking up you guys being like a detective and someone who's exposing people. So I hope it's not too heavy. But if you guys liked it, let me know in the comments. Consider liking the video and subscribing if you haven't yet. Hitting the notification bell so you don't miss future videos like this. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your reading. With your cards here, we have Mediator, Light Attributes, Gift for Negotiating Fairness and Strategy in Personal and Professional Life, Respect for both sides of an argument, Shadow Attribute, Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally, Visionary, Light Attributes, Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain, shadow attributes, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So what I see here for why you will be famous, or why you might be famous, is I feel like you guys are able to show other people visions of either the future, or you make people imagine things visually with what you are doing. So let's say if you're some type of artist and you're creating things, I feel like your art makes people imagine what they can do with their own life. Or maybe people envision your creations in their life and how it adds to their life. But I also see here too, let's say like you're a scientist or you're someone who has a lot of ideas in business, what you are doing will lead to some type of remarkable discovery or something that leads us heading to the future. Like you're gonna do something, discover something, create something that pushes humanity to the future. Like something's gonna make it so it's possible for everyone to have growth in their life with what you are doing. With Mediator, I feel like you guys have a gift for either writing or speaking. I feel like you are very persuasive. You could be really good at like debating people or talking about something, educating people about something you're really passionate about. And for some reason, I keep picking up on either something like art or something that's related to science. But it doesn't matter which you're more drawn to. I feel like there's something in either of those areas that is going to lead to you inspiring people or discovering something that others have not yet. And it kind of makes you like a visionary, how this archetype is. Someone who's saying something or trying to convince people of this great idea. So even if you have great art or great scientific ideas, you need to be like the mediator to get them across to people. But I do see you guys, you do have this skill. And I feel like you're going to be famous for influencing and convincing people to invest in your idea, to believe in your ideals, and see how they're going to push everyone forward. So I'm going to put down my next set of cards for you guys and see what other things are going to appear. Okay, with these cards here, we have the Page of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Chariot, and the Five of Pentacles. So with the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups, you have these two cards here that kind of remind me of the Visionary because they're both idealistic, more romantic in an artistic sense. So I feel like whatever this is, it's involving creativity. And this is even if it's like science, a math-based thing, it's like it still is involving art and creativity. And it's very interesting because with the Page of Cups, it's like maybe you're going to have an idea and you present it to someone. Maybe you don't even do the work with this idea, but you present it to someone and they decide to work with you and make your idea come to life. And this idea that finally comes to life really inspires other people or draws attention to you quicker than you would think. Maybe it gives you a busier schedule with the Two of Pentacles because you have this influx of attention and other people who are sharing your vision. So not only is this person working with you going to share your vision, but also, you know, the people who are attracted to this idea, who see it and are inspired by it, they're sharing that vision as well. So I feel like whatever this is, it's going to be something you're passionate about. Something you're passionate about is going to bring you this success or attention from other people, either because someone's going to help you with it, or you just have these ideas and people act on them, bringing them to life. Like, I also think too, like a businessman or woman who thinks of ideas, like maybe they're not 100% skilled in bringing those ideas to life, but like they can really think of those ideas. Like they might not have the skills to engineer it, but they can get a team of people who can engineer it for them, because those engineers are really talented, but they're talented in a different way. They're talented in the way that's practical, that's logical. And with you here, I feel like you're talented in the way you can think of all these grand technologies and things that don't exist yet, but like you have no idea how to build them. Whereas these engineers, they might have more of the skill set to build those things, but they're also limited because they're like, well, that's not even possible. That's not even logical. But you're not thinking of that. You're just thinking of, what is this crazy thing we can make? So I kind of feel like a inventor vibe, or like fusing creativity and something logical, like science and art. That's what I'm picking up. It's really strange, but I really am picking this up. But whatever this is, I feel like it will help people too, because with the Chariot and the Five of Pentacles, it's just forward moving progress, taking people out of difficult situations. Maybe you guys come up with something that makes it so there are more practical solutions for people who are in poverty here, because with the Five of Pentacles, it makes me think of people who might not have a lot, people who are struggling. Maybe you think of some idea that is able to easily transport people who don't have a lot resources, or there's something here that you're going to create or share that leads to more people doing that if it's not you yourself, and that gives you that fame. So I'm going to put down my last 4 cards and get final messages. Okay, with these cards, we have Patience, Passion Ignited, Conflict and Defeat, and Balance. So this right here with Conflict and Defeat, even the number is the same 5 on this card, and then the Five of Pentacles. And then right after Conflict and Defeat, we have Balance. Things balancing out. So I feel like whatever you're going to be doing, it's going to help people in difficult situations have a balance. Like this invention, this idea that you will be known for, it's going to help a lot of people who are in this struggle situation here. Because you see the man in the card, he looks really upset, almost like he's crying. And he's struggling to walk down these stairs. And if you see on the wall here, there looks to be people going up past him. So I can see this as like you guys helping these people who are in this situation, having this extreme distraught feeling, find some sense of peace or balance, giving them resources here. Because with balance too, we see here, there is the wand, the pentacle, the cup, and the sword, all the 4 elements or suits of tarot's there. And this is kind of like the magician, someone who has all the resources to do whatever they want. So I feel like you're going to help create something with art or science or a mix of both that's going to lead to people who have less having a lot more, or having an easier time affording things that they need, or being provided some type of donation or service that's going to immensely improve their life. And I will say this though, with Patience, I feel like this is something that if you are working on this, it won't be something that happens until later in your life. Or if it is already later in your life, this might not happen like until years. Or it might take a long time for this to come to fruition. Or maybe in some cases, this is just your idea and it's not until years later someone picks it up to help you with it. Or it's not until years later someone is inspired by your vision to start working on that and trying to make it happen. But I will say with Passion Ignited, I feel like whatever this is, it's something you guys are going to be really passionate about and feel emotionally, personally connected with. And this is why many people are going to feel connected with your vision, because they also feel that passion. It's kind of like that empathy between humans, like that human connection. You can't fake that. And people are going to connect with you on that level. And that's why you will be famous. Well, that was your reading, group number 4. I hope you guys liked it. I thought this reading was really interesting, really fun. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments. If you did like it, consider liking the video and subscribing if you haven't yet, hitting the notification bell to not miss out on any future videos or updates. I hope you guys have a nice day, and I hope to see you guys in another reading. Bye.